Something feels wrong.
Yeah.
Something feels... Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Mouse control. Something feels... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, what
Something
the heck?
feels...
Good,
I really dropped your balls.
We're supposed to be a team. This guy wants to... He wants to insert a little bit of chaos into any situation, and it's just not... It's not kind.
What do you think about that? I really dropped your balls? Because, like, you really dropped to the ball. I really dropped to the ball.
Yeah.
I really dropped your balls.
When you love to juggle.
I actually don't.
Yeah, I know. Folks, this is the
It's
That's Not
something
Funny
that I would love.
comedy podcast. It is very on brand. We are two friends that love each other but do not like each other.
You got it.
We're trying to bring a little bit of our life into...
Your world.
Our juice into...
Your mouth! That was too loud. When I say that,
no.
I'm not just like acknowledging it in like a
You
ho
can't-
ha ha
yeah,
sassy way
no,
where it's like
no,
it was actually a little bit
It
too
was
loud.
too
Sorry,
loud.
guys.
You need to have some respect for the listeners. This is why I don't like this guy. But I love him. Gotta love him. Gotta love him.
Yeah.
Gotta love him because I gotta love him.
I really dropped your balls.
God.
Because it could be a lot of different things, you know?
What was not funny for you this week? Because
How little you responded to my funny new idea.
What was your fun? This?
Yeah, I had an idea. What was not funny for me this week?
You got nothing.
No, I've got plenty.
What can you share? Folks, if this blows up, if we get what is the threshold that we can say whatever we want? 20K? That seems kind of low, right?
It's also
50K subscribers.
It is an inverse.
Or it's not even
corollary.
about subscribers. It's just about actual.
It's an inverse corollary to the value of our own lives as well, though. That's the thing.
Right.
So, like, if we both need to not do that well for 2 years,
nice verbiage, bro.
and then we also need to do well with the podcast, like occupationally.
Sure.
Occupationally, if we're doing poorly, it is a much lower threshold.
Right.
If we were both transients, if we were both homeless people,
then it would be
right now.
This would be a much funnier podcast.
This would be a much funnier podcast.
Of course, this isn't a comedy podcast. Comedy might occur, but that is up to you, the good folks at home. This week, not funny for me. I was, my little brother, I love him. We were supposed to play D&D. He's a big D&D head, and I am not. That's actually one of my worst nightmares, playing... It's not a nightmare. I'm just like, I have to think a lot and I do a lot of stuff and I want to reserve my brain power for all the shit that I fucking told myself I'd do that I haven't yet. So I don't want to go into like all this shit.
Self-derision and flagellation.
Well,
you need fuel for your guilt and shame complex.
Absolutely. It's what keeps this whole thing afloat.
It is. It literally is.
It literally is. Unironically enough. And so I don't want to get into this whole campaign and paladins and bards and HP and
what character did you choose?
Here's the thing. My brother forgot his play map, or he couldn't find his play mat. And I was like, because he asked me, do you want like a visual? And I was like, yes, definitely. And he's like, oh, well, okay, cool, I'll bring my playmat. Then the day of, he's like, oh, somebody used my playmat or something, I can't find it. And I was like, all right, well, can we still do it without? And he doesn't respond. So then he comes to my house earlier than anticipated.
Ooh.
Earlier than anticipated, not a good thing.
Hey,
We're both very
listen,
busy.
at least he's...
Everybody was really busy.
Punctual.
Kind of. Much love. And then he was like, I don't have anything prepared. I've done, like, you need to prepare. He was like, there was some equation. He was like, for every person, you should put this much amount of time into planning, and guess how much I've done? And then he gave me one of these goose eggs. And I was like, well, are we not going to play? Or like what? So long story short, we're going to play.
You didn't play?
We're going to play sometime. We're going to play whenever, but... He
does not know how you work. You're going to hold a death grudge for this.
I was literally gearing up to play.
Know,
like it was something that was I was meant to, because for me, I am very durable. I can take a lot. I need to mentally prepare. It might be an ADHD thing. I need to mentally prepare, and then I'm fucking good. Might be. Literally might be.
What was that loud bang noise?
I don't know. I think it was the spring.
That's nice.
But instead of D&D,
very nice.
We played Magic the Gathering.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I literally played a whole 3-hour game of Magic the Gathering.
What did you think?
Which is also not something I would ever do.
What did you think?
Ever. It fucking sucked, bro.
Really?
No, it's fine. It was good. I was trying to think of something funny to say and just blanket negativity seemed like the, but it wasn't. It was.
You didn't sleep well last night.
It was a poor move. I really didn't sleep well last night, actually. I was up until like 3 in the morning because I
Nightmares?
forgot that I had to do a work thing.
Oh.
And then I had a work email, and so then I was just like thinking about all this work shit.
Lupin had 2 night terrors last night.
You had night terrors growing up, right?
I had a shitload of night terrors.
my
Yeah.
Really
Super
quick,
cool
though.
thing.
Really quick though. I want to talk about my Magic the Gathering experience, and then we
Okay.
can get to your son's fucking
It's
night
just
terrors.
like how many not fun things happened. Was that one thing, or was that the first half of the intro of the context?
I mean, there was a leak
to
in
the
my
one
house.
thing?
There was a water leak in my house from rain, excessive rain. That's not fun.
Here's why it's a good thing, though.
The good
The
thing
slugs
is
are gonna come back.
the slugs.
This guy loves
God.
slugs.
Oh my god. Oh,
This
I
guy
can't
loves
even-
slugs.
I can't even get into that.
Can
folks.
I?
Well, you sure can. Yeah. there was some slug intrusion into my home. That did happen.
I just love. There's like so many intrusions that you expect, but like what? Like that really for me was a very random one. Where
Yeah.
it's like
No, it was random for all of us. Nobody was really anticipating on
not
that.
a lot of slugs wind up in houses.
It was
you know,
a slow seep.
a slow seep, slow slug. Lupin really likes to kill slugs. Anyways, you had a leak.
I had a leak. I played Magic the Gathering. It was good. It was good. It was good to spend that time with my brother. I could tell it meant something to him. I could tell.
Oh yeah,
I could
no,
tell
that's huge. That's huge.
He was very like into it, and it is interesting, like, because my brother, he's 10 years younger than me, so I don't mean to big dog him, but there's a lot of things that I feel like I just know more than he does. So entering his world where he has complete authority, and when he's like, sorry if I'm like talking to you like a kid, I was like, literally, I have no ego.
So
When
Jeff,
it comes
this is
to
a
Magic the
card where you
Gathering-
have to take all your clothes off, put in a ball gag, and wear this My Little Pony butt
I
plug.
literally would have been like, damn, this game is intense.
Yeah,
this is an intricate game. No, I mean, because it just. I was trying to tell him, I was like, if you're playing Candyland, you know how to play Candyland in about 5 minutes. If you're playing Cards Against Humanity, you know how to play in about 2 minutes. If you're playing Magic the Gathering, the entire time you're playing,
You're learning.
you
how to
don't know
play.
how to play.
Yeah.
So every single time I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And he's like, oh, well, you need to do this. You need to tap. First you need to tap, and then you need to untap. No, and then what you have to do, because that actually cancels out this, you need to actually do one of the manas on this category mana. This category mana does not equal this category mana unless these two cards are being played. And there's also a situation where this card that I have can make all of that the opposite. Like just all of this, like every single card.
Is he pretty deep in Magic?
Yeah, because he told me that he's like, so he is a teacher and like a preschool and then like some school age shit.
Oh,
and
I've got an announcement.
He was telling me that kids that are like in the 4th grade, they can't read, and so they're using Magic the Gathering as a literal tool to teach kids how to read. And I'm thinking that's a stupid fucking idea, because if you can't read, like I can read great, and Magic was pretty hard for me to get a good grasp on. So if you can't read,
Yeah, it's like, okay, so if your kids can't do Basic Edition, we're gonna go ahead and introduce them to String Theory.
absolutely.
And not just String Theory, but
Stream theory as explained by a man speaking gibberish on
On
fucking,
ketamine, yeah.
old timey radio.
so TB, our good boy TB,
Who's TB? Oh, TB.
Tuberculosis,
Okay, yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Tuberculosis
Sure.
himself. He's playing in a Magic the Gathering tournament in Boston, I think.
Okay.
And
Is he pretty
if,
good?
if he's in the top 64, he's going to national championships.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's gone through like 4 layers of the tournament, and he's like, he could go to national.
That's
isn't
crazy.
Isn't that why because you think about TB and you're like, okay, 50 caliber machine gun makes sense.
Right. But
Three
Magic
three
the
tie broads, that makes
yeah,
sense.
he's a behemoth of a man who was in the service. God bless him. Thank you for your service in the service. He's honestly kind of scary when he drinks. And
Aren't we all though?
In a jovial
Even you.
way.
Even you.
No.
You threw a beer bottle onto my carpet on Friday.
In a joking, comical way I was doubling down.
How do you think
I want to be more shocking. I told
when
my lovely
I would
girlfriend Roxanne,
physically
I wanna
assault
be
people,
more shocking.
it was also in a joking, jovial way. At least I thought.
No, yeah, you thought.
Exactly.
Yeah, anyway,
You see
Magic
my
the
point?
Gathering. I may or may not play again. It was a lot. I took a picture so you could kind of.
I'm glad you played Magic once. I don't need you to play ever again. But D&D, if you could get into D&D, that would be
It's not
a
gonna
game
happen
changer
for
for me.
That's not gonna happen.
That would be a game changer for me.
Would you have liked to play Magic?
I mean,
You're more of a D&D guy, or I mean, you love Magic.
I love Magic, but like that's like, I don't know. That's just like...
It was more complex in some regards and way more simple in other regards. Like, it was kind of like, oh, really? That's it? There's not...
Oh, yeah, like power and toughness?
Well, like it's like you just need to have the context of every single fucking card and how they relate to each other, but the actual gameplay is just like, well, that's a 4, and this is a 2. So
yeah.
2 gets taken from 4.
I mean, the real...
I'm just like, wait, I thought this was way more like sophisticated.
The real magic of Magic the Gathering is deck building. So
right,
like for me, like I would build, like when I came back and played again for like, you remember when I played again for like 6 months?
Potentially, I think I do. Yeah.
Like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I played for a little while with my brother and a couple other people, and I got back into it. I probably played a total of like 10 games. I probably built like 25 decks.
That's the fun part.
Well, because you're talking about like, oh, all the cards are like random things, but like when you're building a deck, it's not all random things.
Right.
You have a selection of 1,200 cards, and you're weaning your way down to a deck that has interactions with. You're looking for the mechanics to synergize with each other. So
Can I say one quick thing though?
Sure.
It was just so funny because like him and his girlfriend, like they were like, oh yeah, there's a Star Wars deck and like a Doctor Who deck. And
I do not like that.
Everything you're telling me is making it worse. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. I don't give a fuck about Doctor Who.
That broke my heart when they did that.
Yeah, I'm like...
Don't do crossover shit. You're Magic the fucking Gathering.
Tell me there's like a fucking...
That's like the death knell of a company, in my opinion. Like, once you start doing crossover shit...
I get it.
Nintendo did that. Allison's playing, like,
Tell me
Breath
there's
of
an
the
NFL
Wild.
deck. I'd be down for it. Let's go. Go ahead, though. I actually might play. That would be fun.
There is Warhammer 40K has a game called Blood Ball, and it's literally like Warhammer 40K characters, like it's a full blown like tabletop, not real time strategy, but it's a tabletop turn based strategy that is football.
Really?
Yeah, and it's called Blood Ball, and there's like combat in it, but like it's all about the ball. Wow. And like you like roll for like throws and catches and like. But you can also kill the fucking players at the same time. I literally
put into ChatGPT, put Magic the Gathering into American football terms so I can understand. I literally did, and I do that more than you would think.
It's funny because I flip you shit about how if it was football you'd give a shit, but yeah. I'm not.
It's probably really the most intense game that intricate game that I know
football
a lot about. Yeah,
other than the game of life,
School of Hard Knocks.
What was not funny for me this week? I really fucked up my finger pretty bad again.
Yeah, you need to figure out the fingers, man.
I've got the terbinafine.
Is that the key?
I've really been thinking about it. It's the key for a lot of people. Okay. If you have horrible nail disease that won't go away,
it's really unsettling. Looking at his nails, I've become desensitized to it, but you need to literally wear like gloves in business meetings.
Won't do it.
Have you ever caught a glance?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Look at it. You want to taste it? You can taste it.
You can taste it. I mean, not without us coming to terms. We'll come to terms. You can taste it.
Good What's it taste like?
Good God.
I just had some celery the other day. I cooked a pretty good dinner.
Okay.
Cooked a pretty good dinner, and I had some celery, and I looked it up. There was all this white fuzzy stuff in it, and I was like, oh, that's mold. Turns out it's pith. Okay.
Pith.
Are you guys familiar with pith?
No. What is that?
So pith is like a term I've heard before. Like
I know pithy.
Pithy, yeah.
Pithy,
Pith and pithy, like it's pithy.
I mean, I don't like. This is obviously like very low hanging fruit, but it does sound like Mike Tyson saying piss.
It 100% does sound like Mike Tyson saying piss. Anyways, it was pithy. It really sounds like Mike Tyson saying piss.
You can't not. Yeah. Anyway, what is the pith good for you?
I got so pithy.
I think I've encountered pith maybe in
celery,
in broccoli sprouts.
Okay. So one thing that was intriguing to me, I looked it up. I went on a whole rabbit hole. There's apparently something called a frostweed. Oh my God! And if you want to show them a frostweed, actually, could you show them a frostweed?
Let's see. Okay, we're gonna do frostweed.
We're in Yahoo.
Oh my God! Keep going.
We're in Yahoo.
Keep going.
So it's salty. It's like super fucking salty. The celery. It's good. It's good to go.
Oh wait, okay.
It's good to go.
Keep going.
So look at the frost parts. Like I don't want you to look at the plant. I want you to look at the frosty stuff that's coming off of the plants. This plant frostweed, it emits moisture in such a way that when it's like freezing really hardcore, it'll create these beautiful like almost cotton candy like streamers of ice that's extremely thin and semi-flexible.
Oh, okay.
Very, very pretty.
Looks
very,
like somebody
very cool.
left a garbage bag with human remains in the forest.
It does kind of look like that, or like some kind of weird beehive. Anyways,
Yeah,
I
or
thought
like a
that shit
weird
was pretty neat.
Ritual. Yeah,
That wasn't not funny, but it was.
I need to bring
neat.
something up after you're done here.
Sure. I don't remember what the fuck my point was.
Pith. You were talking about pith.
So it turns out it converts a bunch of like stuff in the celery, and sometimes it can create. Yeah, there you go. That picture with the white stuff in the middle there. That's even like way less pith than mine was.
I would just see that and be like, oh, that's celery.
Mine had way more.
Okay.
If you saw mine, it looked hairy. It looked like hairy white mold. It may have just been mold. It may have just been mold.
Big celery's like, it's pith,
Pith.
bro. It's
Yep,
pith. Yeah.
Salty pith. Salty pith.
Wait, so what does it do?
It's just
it
the
good for
celery
you?
eating itself. The celery was like a month and a half old. It was like super old
I
celery.
would never. Why?
Root vegetables say good for so long, bro.
They actually don't. And
They
they're so
actually
cheap. They're so
do.
cheap.
They actually do.
Have you ever had green potatoes with selenium or whatever?
No.
That shit gets really weird.
Okay, look up how. Do you know why we used to have potato sellers, bro? I mean, sorry, root cellars. Sorry, root cellars. Root cellars. Root cellars.
Yeah, this is the hell that you can encounter if you don't keep your potatoes in a dark place.
That
You get all
seems
weird
fine to
green.
me.
No, it's very unsettling.
Look up Cthulhu potato. Do me a solid. Look up Cthulhu potato. This is pretty good. I hope it gets it. I hope it gets it.
Okay.
I don't want the go to some of these guys.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
so they'll just keep growing to find dirt. They'll just go and go and,
and
go
that
and
is
go
crazy.
and go. Isn't
And
that
is
fucking
crazy.
cool?
That is wild. Yeah.
I love that, man. They're awesome.
That's some
fucking
shit.
potatoes are cool.
That's
But
some
yeah,
shit for sure.
it was just very salty. And at first I was like, oh, this is disgusting. I'm not gonna do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try one.
Ricardo. What's up,
And I tried one, and it was
buddy?
like super salty and more like, you know how celery has like the faintest pepperiness to it. It has the
Kind of.
faintest spice.
I'm not a big celery guy. Never have been. Literally.
Do you slow cook vegetables?
Not particularly. I mean, I like vegetables a lot. Broccoli, great. Asparagus, amazing.
Carrots?
No. I've never been a carrot guy ever. Dry, if you dry with ranch, you're literally eating a cardboard dead body, and then slow cooked. I mean, they're fine, but like the it's not like a good taste. Sometimes like a carrot soup, a soup with some carrots and some ginger and some sweet potato, that can be nice in the fall. That can be nice, but no, I'm not a.
Do you wish you were a robot?
No, I just wish that people would stop talking about carrots being good and fucking cantaloupe being good. Both of those things, I'm like, cantaloupe more so, but carrots are like not fucking good.
Okay,
like, as far as I'm concerned,
you
they're
are
truly
correct.
not
Carrots
good.
are like probably one of my favorite things. Just below onions. Onions you can add to
onions
anything.
are goated. Onions are goated.
Onions you could add to anything.
Carrots are borderline useless.
You're a fucking idiot. I love you.
A
I love
carrot is
you.
literally a filler in a veggie tray.
I feel like I am the less stupid guy in Of Mice and Men. And after this show, I'm going to have to euthanize you for your opinion on carrots. I love you.
Did you? Oh my god.
That's the good one. That's the one. Look at that shit. Wait. Go to that. No.
Wait.
Go.
Okay.
I know.
You're
But there's a really good.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. It's not easy to.
I know it's not.
navigate over
I know
here,
it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, this one right here. Most vegetables,
doing
normal
a lot.
vegetables, you must store us at the right temperature and the right humidity, or we will spoil and rot in no time.
Jesus. Imagine
Potatoes.
the smell.
It doesn't. It smells like just a potato.
I don't.
Still smells like
no.
that potato is healthy. That potato is doing fine. Do you think that potato would be shooting fucking arms out like that if it wasn't doing all right?
Well, that's true. Where does its energy come from?
Inside, it's consuming itself just like the celery did. So to survive and keep itself in an okay format, it eats the insides of itself. It consumes all the nutrients and calories in the center. So probably the middle of that potato is kind of fucked up.
Sure. Yeah. I got you.
But yeah, I mean, he did a good job. He tried. I once dumped.
Is it?
I once dumped a bunch of old bad potatoes into the ground, and then I came back like a year later, and there were like fucking hundreds of potatoes growing.
That's nice.
It's very cool.
I mean, you're
very cool.
really connecting with your Irish roots here.
You maybe would have died like 200 years ago. Like if you don't like root vegetables, you probably would have died. Like it would have been winter, and they would have been like, "Yeah, we got left as carrots," and you would have been like, I'm out.
I think is okay.
This is Candy Frazier.
When people say that I'm fear-mongering, it's the stupidest thing ever.
You might know her as the Primal Bod, and she has something important that she wants to tell you.
Get to it then,
carrots.
A lot of these plants we eat, like carrot, people think are food. They're not food. The orange carrot was created at the turn of the 18th century.
This just isn't true.
Let her do her thing. Let her cook and then
Domesticated
refute.
used in recipes in the 10th century.
This is my favorite
But
bitch
Fraser
right
is
now.
very concerned that the carrot is taxonomically related to another plant.
Taxonomically, that's a
Queen
great
Anne's
word.
lace.
What most people don't know is that Queen Anne's lace, the root itself, was used as the morning after pill. It is so
I
toxic, it will abort
am
a
not
While it's true that
disinclined
they share a
to
common
listen to what
ancestor
she has to
just
say.
Could you imagine if a carrot was so
Some
toxic
has poisonous
that
versions,
it
from
aborted a
potatoes related to
fetus?
nightshade, tomatoes whose
I mean,
stems
don't
contain
go to a
toxins, and
fucking don't go to a Super Bowl party if you got pregnant on Valentine's Day.
Carrots are very
you
good,
Do the math on that.
and they're good for
peppers
you.
that are just
You can do the math on
round
that.
sections are
Okay.
right.
Fuck this guy. This guy's a goddamn carrot
So
cuck.
she's
Shut
talking-
up, carrot cuck.
She's talking
Boo,
about how carrots
boo.
are poison, basically.
They are. They're literally.
I was gonna pinch your chin. I was
Don't
gonna
pinch
pinch.
me.
I was gonna
Don't
pinch
touch
you.
me.
I was gonna pinch your fucking neck.
Folks, pop off in the comments if are you team carrot or team broccoli? Because I will
No,
take
you can be team both.
No, you can't.
Yes, you
Not when it comes
absolutely
to a
can.
veggie tray. at an
You
event.
are drawing.
Not when it comes to a veggie tray.
This is a red herring.
Okay. Are you team carrot or team cauliflower? Hear me now.
I think what you should say is, are you team carrot or are you team anti-carrot?
Okay,
That's fair.
That's fine.
Because
That's
I
fine.
love all
Yeah.
three.
No, okay.
You like cauliflower, right?
I like cauliflower. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problems.
I don't ever buy it.
Cauliflower is not white broccoli, but it feels like it is.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
definitely feels like it is.
I like when they started doing the cauliflower bread stuff. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's not bread.
Good.
It's
good.
not bread.
It's not. It did get a little
You
saturated.
could call it almost a tortilla kind of style thing, but it's certainly
You could almost call it
absolutely not a fucking bread.
There's some crazy bread
It's just
alternatives.
not.
Have you ever had the egg wraps?
Yeah, I love those. I used to make those
I literally have bought the egg wrap to use as a tortilla so many times.
and then just let it go bad.
Actually 4 times.
Yeah.
I've bought in 4 packs. I've literally used one time, and I was like, this is okay.
You know a sweet trick that I figured out?
What do you got?
Daikon radishes.
Oh yeah, you could.
They're crackers.
Fry those up.
They're fucking crackers,
Really?
bro. Yeah, they're just you don't even fry them up. Just cut it and it's a cracker.
Maybe I gotta get on my.
And you can
Daikon
get
radish
some fucking daikons that are you can basically make a hamburger out of a daikon radish as a fucking
game. Okay, I want
as
to
a
explore
bun.
this. I want to explore
Yeah,
this.
daikon. I just went on a whole weird me and Lupin went
Lupin and
to the
I.
store.
Lupin and I.
Lupin and I went to the store, okay, and we were walking around, and he just would see shit that was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, that's a Kawano melon, I
feel
guess."
like that'd be good.
A Kawano melon, and so we just got a bunch of. We got Kawano melon, we got
What's
kumquats.
a Kawano melon?
A Kawano melon. Wait, the color of the inside of a Kawano melon is so beautiful.
Oh, wow. Is that not a star fruit? No, that's
No,
not a
no,
star
no, no.
fruit.
It's
That's
not a star fruit. So Kawano melon, we got dragon fruit, which I think I think both we didn't let it ripen all the way, but the Kawano melon was starting to get a black spot on it, and I was like, it's now or never. Either we're gonna eat this Kawano melon now. So
Dragon fruit's a nice
Lupin refused to try the dragon fruit and the Kawano melon.
It does kind of look like in nature, if you were an animal, it does look like it could be poisonous. It does
Yeah.
have that subset of
It
characteristics.
sure does. Yeah. Are you talking about him just being like, nah?
Yeah, from a primal standpoint, he's like, I'm good.
Yeah, both were interesting. I think they were not. I think they were not all the way.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
you know what I'll
really
say
does
is
look like a
fucking
star.
great though.
Great branding.
Honey kiwis, golden
Really?
kiwis. Oh my god.
Oh wait, really quick, and I know you're gonna hate me here. You know another one that I fucking hate?
Huh?
Beets of any variety.
You're a
Fuck a beet.
fucking piece of shit.
Fuck a beet.
You are a.
People love golden beets, and I'm like, you're literally getting grifted right now.
I know I'm not supposed to talk about eugenics anymore, but like
You're getting literally grifted at a nice restaurant to pay $17 for a fucking salad with beets in it.
I'm gonna say
And
one of
goat
my
cheese.
3 favorite meals that I've ever had is a smoked beet. Is a smoked beet dish.
That literally is my nightmare. Look, this is what people pay for.
That
$17.
looks so good to me.
Fuck that.
That looks so good
Fuck
to me.
that.
You are so
Sorry.
lucky you live today.
No, I
You-
get it. Listen,
you
I'm
would-
not a very picky eater. I'm really not. I like a lot of things. You like I will say another thing. I don't like the
Mostly
mushrooms.
football.
I don't like mushrooms.
You don't like mushrooms. You are a fucking picky eater. I don't know who the fuck you. The
I'm
one
really
thing
not.
that I will
I'm really
try,
not.
I will try as many times as I want. The only thing that I even
Your
have,
own semen. You fucking sicko.
I've never tried my own semen. Have you ever tried your own semen?
On accident.
On accident?
On accident. We don't need to go into it.
Okay. I haven't tried my own semen, so I don't know.
That
if
actually
makes
surprises me.
Yeah,
that
that's
actually
fair.
surprises
That's
me,
fair.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
super fair. What was I gonna say?
We're 25
before
minutes
you rudely
in. That should be
interrupted me?
safe. That should be safe.
That's
to say.
safe enough. Safe enough.
It was. Well, I won't go into it. Go ahead.
No. I kind of want to know.
Well, it wasn't a try as so much as a smell that got on the lip.
And then did you lick?
I don't know. I could just taste.
So then you did
I
a
didn't
lick.
lick. I didn't lick. I just.
Your fucking lips don't have taste receptors,
All right.
Jeffrey.
I was a young man. Not as
He
young.
licked.
Not as young as you.
You heard it here first. He licked, folks. He licked.
Fucking Christ.
You can't. I'm just scientifically.
Good
Do you want to
God.
look up taste receptors on the lips?
No, I'd like to move on.
Okay, we
I'd
can
like to
move on now. We can move on now.
You know what? I love carrots.
I got a lot
love
of
carrots. I love beets.
There you are. There you
I
are.
love
You
them
only
all.
like things that. Well, but see, then you would like carrots.
go
I was gonna
ahead.
say you only like things that would be at a football like party.
Okay, Jesus.
You know, but that's not the case because I feel like beets wouldn't show up.
No, beets would not because that's a reasonable thing to not bring. If you show up to my party with a beets, you're gonna get beat.
Hey,
And that's low hanging fruit. But I wanna
It's when
hang
you hate
you
beets
because you're a fruit.
Okay, wow, that was also low hanging fruit. Can you keep it going?
I'd like to move on from all this because
Okay.
I'm saying a lot of things. Here
I'm
Some
gonna
of them not
I'm gonna just push us over. Here we go.
We're not a news show, but there are some things that you should know.
Welcome to our
30 chaotic
minute
life.
our 30-minute segment on fucking fruits and root
Welcome to
vegetables.
this mess. In this house, we
Oh
talk
my
about
god,
carrots.
I saw something that made me so uncomfortable the other day. It was Bad Boy Demon Dragon. Oh my god. Have you ever seen like cringe media where like people
Yeah, definitely.
intentionally just make stuff that's as cringy as possible, but
I have for
for
sure.
some reason you're-
Sometimes I'm like, is this real or not? I really hope
Yeah.
it is. How could it possibly be real?
Oh,
a lot
it
of times
is-
it is real.
It is the worst thing it made me feel like I had like neurovirus. Like it actually made me feel nauseous.
Oh.
It actually made me feel nauseous. What are our options today?
All right, we've got more than 2,000 Starbucks baristas go on strike to protest new dress code. Okay,
Isn't the dress code like just black
pretty
clothes and the
liberal,
green?
I would think. Regeneron to buy bankrupt DNA testing firm 23andMe for $256 million. Seems like not that much.
Yeah, it kind of does feel like. I
got,
kind of feel like the thing is, I kind of feel like the organizations that can really utilize it super well, like the government and like black organizations. Okay.
Black Rock.
Shadow.
Okay.
Black Ops. Right. Like black operations.
What if
no traceable money.
bought 23andMe? They're like, all you crack is gonna pay. Mother allegedly buys ammunition, tactical gear for son's planned mass targeted violence at middle school.
That sure is the mom that would do it.
And then we've got, let's see here. Let's go here. A couple's first date ended in horror after both were shot. Only one survived.
Ooh.
So where do you want to go here?
First and last date.
Definitely mother allegedly buys ammunition.
Yeah, I really want to hear what her side of the story
And then
is.
I kind of want to know the Starbucks dress code. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
I mean, we can just do them all.
No. We got a short.
We got a
short
schedule.
list
We got a schedule to keep.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want this one?
Sure, yeah.
I feel like you want this one.
Mother allegedly buys ammunition, tactical gear for son's planned mass targeted violence at middle school officials.
Tactical gear.
and he fucked it up.
Well, I'm doing my best.
You are doing your best, and you're doing a pretty good job.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. Thank
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A Texas mother has been arrested and charged for allegedly buying ammunition and tactical gear for her son's planned mass-targeted violence at the middle school, officials said. Ashley Pardo, very close to Berto, 33, was arrested on Monday and charged with aiding in commission of terrorism after she allegedly provided ammunition and tactical gear to her 13-year-old son, whose behavior demonstrated plans for a mass-targeted violence aimed at Rhodes Middle School in San Antonio, according to an affidavit obtained by ABC News. I am a little concerned by whose behavior demonstrated. Whose behavior demonstrated plans for a mass-targeted violence?
Sure. Right.
He was being weird. He was being weird.
Yeah,
he was being super weird.
Well, let's get into it. Maybe there was, maybe there's some specific.
No. Back in January, Pardo's son was first contacted in reference to drawings of the local school he currently attended, the affidavit said. These drawings included a map of the school labeled Suicide Route. Never mind. And the name of the school written beside a rifle. The affidavit. I mean, I get why you're freaked out.
Let's not jump to conclusions. That could have been any school, really.
The son who was not named.
He could have been playing D&D.
He literally could have been playing D&D.
It's a crazy world.
The son who was not named in the affidavit was contacted by officials at the time and described a fascination with past mass shooters, according to the affidavit.
What? They're not interesting.
Ashley Pardo, 33,
this
was arrested and charged.
Why would you do that, right? Like it's you do have questions.
You do have questions. In April, the son was found researching the 2019 Christchurch mosque shooting in New Zealand, a tragedy that killed 51 people, on a school-issued computer, the affidavit said.
That's not where you do that.
Subsequently suspended and later in the day attempted suicide with a straight razor, causing significant injuries and requiring over 100 stitches, the affidavit noted.
I'm going to say this is not a very good mother.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. The boy attended an alternative school.
Let's not jump to conclusions, but if she's as good at parenting
Same
as she
birth
is
year as me,
as eyebrows, then we're
Same
all
birth
in
year
trouble,
as me.
folks.
It almost looks like she has two pairs of eyebrows because her eyelashes are so.
The cat
those
eye.
aren't eyelashes.
If you do a cat eye like that, you are a crazy person. I have done a lot of field testing.
I feel like. Because I feel like there's kind of like some gang stuff going there, right? You know, do you sense gang stuff?
Potentially.
But then you look at the purple hair and it's like, you do that in a gang?
Yeah. I don't think you do that in a gang. If your gang color is fuchsia, then yes.
There was a really interesting work communication that I had recently where somebody had got stained towels. We deal with housekeeping a lot.
Sure.
And somebody had stained towels, and one of the people with the organization, they stained the towels with purple, and then the person said, "I hate purple," and then afterwards, single word, people. But the stain was purple on the towel.
Okay.
And also, she meant to say, "I hate people," and I was very confused because if she did accidentally say purple, the timing of that was kind of unimaginable, and nobody brought it up.
Sure. Right.
And I almost did. But I decided I'm not going to. I just said I'm loving this conversation.
And here's another thing. The autocorrect thought that she was going purple people eater.
Possibly.
And that's a throwback.
Possibly purple people eater.
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Is that unlocking anything in the deep brain?
It is for me.
You haven't heard that in a while, I'm assuming. And if you have,
holy shit.
God love you.
One thing.
What's up?
Beatrix Potter. Did you read any freaking Beatrix Potter books when you were a kid?
No, I read Ramona and Beezus. Shouts out Ramona.
What's Ramona and Beezus?
It's like an 8-year-old girl with her 12-year-old sister, and her sister's a fucking bitch.
Okay.
Beverly Cleary.
Beatrix Potter.
The homegirl.
I don't know when these
the
were
real one.
Authored, but probably in
BC.
1928 or something.
Okay.
And they are fucking brutal.
Is it bad?
Oh my God. There's just scenes where they're like, yes, they were confused about whether he did or didn't do it, so they beat him to within an inch of his life with clubs. And then they forced him into a hole in a tree, almost shattering his ribs.
How it was.
He fell and was stranded and would starve, surely. This is a book that you're reading to your 3.5-year-old.
I don't know about this chick.
Beatrix Potter. Well, it's the something rabbit. Beatrix Potter. What's the main book?
Peter Rabbit?
Peter Rabbit. But I mean, there's a lot of It's like brutal shit. There's like scenes where
She
like
was not fucking around.
they like talking to the kid, and she's like, I mean, if you go to the garden,
she does look dark.
yeah.
She does look like she's.
Well, that's the thing. She was like prairie mama. Like,
okay.
you know, 3 kids died. Husband died once. You got
Right.
another husband. He went off
This
to
is
war.
this is not who you want tucking your children in a literary sense.
It's really fucking not. But here's what I'll say: they're great books.
Yeah.
They're not good for a 3-year-old, but you are
they
for some
good?
reason. They're just so weird.
Peter Rabbit is moving.
You just have no fucking idea.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know very much about Peter Rabbit at all. I know Peter Cottontail.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's Peter Cottontail.
Okay.
At least there's characters named Cottontail in there.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah,
no,
there's like
create a
weird
Peter Rabbit versus Peter.
Peter Rabbit versus Peter Cottontail. Okay, maybe it is Peter Rabbit. But basically, I mean, there's a story about like a weird old mouse woman who's like fastidious with her home and goes everywhere with a dustpan. And I was like, that's me. That's fucking me. It's funny because I'm like a disorganized mess, but like if there's like dirt on the floor, it like makes me uneasy. I don't know. I'm fucking
Sure.
weird.
No, you are.
But
that'll never.
in that one, like some bees get into her house and there's a frog that she hates because he's slimy and wet.
The noted.
And
I'm not a big frog fan.
he winds up showing up at her house and she convinces him to go like check out these bees, and he eats all the fucking bees and then eats all their honey. I don't know. They're just killing lots of shit. And it's like sometimes rather graphic, like chopped off his ears and nailed them to a door frame.
Wow.
And like something like cooked his legs and put them in a pie.
That seems unnecessary.
It sure does,
But there's a lot of rabbits. I mean, they're essentially disposable.
there's a lot of rabbits. Also, though,
It's
what
like
I
a
was kind
fucking
of thinking about
dandelion
is
that you're
like,
blowing.
like today you have the luxury of being like, oh yeah, I mean they go to the farm and they're still around. But like back in the day, it's like, you know, no, we killed it and we ate it. Also, one of your brothers is dead. Also, your dad is probably gonna die soon. I'm
Also,
sick.
Get back in the mines.
I'm sick. I'm
Get
very
back in
sick.
the mines
I could
right
die
now.
too. Like you just, there's no. It's like you can choose to sell to your kid until they're 12, right? You can
Right,
choose.
sure.
You have the luxury of that. But like when one of your brothers disappears forever, you kind of have to be like, he's dead.
Yeah, and you're the new
this is
one
what
that has to
happened.
go and do dangerous things that only your little arms can reach. Yeah, no, I got you.
It's
I got
funny. Why am I laughing?
you. Bottom line,
A lot of these plants we eat.
carrots aren't food.
Carrots aren't.
Okay,
food.
wait. So
They're in
anyway,
okay.
this bitch.
Yeah, this bitch. This
the
bitch,
grandmother looked at the boy's bedroom.
Where she found magazines loaded with live rifle ammunition and pistol magazines loaded with live ammunition, the affidavit said. She also found an improvised explosive device, a mortar-style firework wrapped in duct tape. That's not going to do much, buddy. Among the boy's belongings, the affidavit noted the explosive device had the words, "For Brenton Tarrant." Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Referencing the shooter in the 2009... Okay, well, that's not... 2019 mosque attack, along with multiple SS symbols and 14 words referencing white supremacy written on it. According to the affidavit, along with the weaponry, the grandmother found a handwritten note referring to previous mass shooting suspects, and the number of victims in each incident.
Is she white? I feel like she might be like
Latino?
I was thinking maybe Asian.
I'm not sure.
Potentially Asian.
It's really hard with the
Right. Yeah, I was thinking
with
she
the
could be a Filipino descent. potentially.
those eyebrows though.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
kinda
get
scary.
that. Definitely gang related though. Definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
drugs were a part of the equation. I gotta think.
For her, or for the kid. I mean, shit, he's
Maybe for both.
13.
Maybe
He's
for both.
13. I mean, at that point, if you're not in the right circumstances.
You're writing your own story.
Pardo had been aware of the threats made by her son, expressed to the school her support of his violent expressions and drawings, and said she did not feel concerned for his behavior, according to the affidavit. The affidavit noted that Pardo was purchasing the gear and ammunition for her son in exchange for babysitting his younger siblings.
Oh my god.
The school told officials that on Monday the boy arrived wearing a camouflage jacket, mask, and tactical pants and left shortly after.
Oh my god. Really quick though. Like
Sometimes you got to make a trade.
sometimes
Sometimes you got to work an extra shift.
You have to meet the children where they're at. No, I mean it's just so funny because I remember when like I had baggy pants when I was like 8, and like baggy pants were like all the fucking rage, and like your mom buys you baggy pants and you show up to school on cloud fucking 9. I love that feeling where he's like, I got my tactical shooter gear. Like he's got a strut in his step because he's got like. You know what I mean? Like that
God,
same
yeah.
childhood feeling of like walking on sunshine is. I mean, it's very dark. It's dark sunshine, but it
Mapped
that
out
was
into-
right. That was translated here. We can all imagine how he felt wearing his camouflage jacket, mask, and tactical.
Well,
pants.
there's just a point where it's almost like, man, so like this is just I mean, I don't know. I think we're all aware we all live in different universes, but sometimes you're just like, damn, that is a very different universe.
Yeah.
That is a very, very different universe. And whenever there's like these black swan events like us, it's like somebody with a very different universe doing stuff in our kind of normalized collective universe.
I just love
then
the
us
bargaining
being-
chip. Like, she's like, well, he's not very food motivated. I can't take away his devices because he just sneaks into my room and gets them after I go to bed.
Guess it's going to be guns and ammo.
I guess it's going to be,
it's going to be guns and ammo. That's
boy-
really funny. He's not very food motivated. On Monday,
I think we're good. I think
the
we're
boy
good.
told his grandmother he was going to be famous before being picked up by his mom and taken to school, according to officials. Is there anything? Did you already scan this?
Yeah, there's nothing.
It's dog shit.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
nothing.
Pardo was released on a bond of $75,000.
I feel like that's a very small amount.
It sure fucking is. Yeah.
I mean, but that's $75,000 worth of tactical pants that can't be purchased. So that's actually kind of huge.
Well, it's only $7,500. You only pay 10%. Oh wait, no. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Wait, really?
It depends.
Oh, I didn't know, but wait, you only pay 10% of a bond?
Okay, it depends on if you
Bail?
use like a bail bondsman or whatever.
That's some old timey shit.
Yeah, so like they'll put up the bond 10% because you get the bond back
Okay.
if you show up to your court date.
Okay,
But you
okay.
don't if you don't. And so they'll cover that, but
okay.
you got to pay the 10%, but then I don't know what they do if you don't show up at court, like a bail bondsman, kind of a risky job, maybe.
Kind of a parasitical injury or industry also.
Yeah, 100%. Most things
like
are
that.
though, I think.
That's true.
Most things are.
More than 2,000 Starbucks baristas go on strike to protest new dress code. That looks like Jared from Subway.
It also feels like weirdly like theocracy. That like feels like the in 2700
the Starbucks clerics.
like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That is the global government.
A strike by Starbucks baristas protesting the company's new dress code grew on Thursday. More than 2,000 Starbucks baristas at 120 U.S. stores have gone on strike since Sunday to protest the new dress code. Starbucks put new limits starting Monday on what their baristas can wear under their green aprons.
Nothing.
The dress code requires
What? Come
employees
on.
at company-operated and licensed stores in the U.S. to wear a solid black shirt and khaki, black, or blue denim bottoms. Under the previous dress code, baristas could wear a furry outfit, reclaiming their sexual prowess. Wear a broader range of dark colors and patterned shirts.
This is where we're at on strikes.
Starbucks
The reduction
said the
from
new-
broader range of dark colors and patterned shirts
to
to
solid black with 3 sets of bottoms.
fuck that.
Khaki, black, or blue denim. You can wear jeans at work. What's the problem? Literally, what's the problem? This is great for Hagar. Hagar coming out great in this.
I feel like you mean Haggard from Harry Potter, but I know you don't.
That would be Hagrid. Okay, you don't even like Harry Potter.
Haggard? Did
Yeah.
I say Haggard?
You said Haggard.
Haggard. He's looking kind of haggard.
I was thinking Hagar. You guys remember?
What is Hagar?
Remember reading the funnies? Baby Blues, Hagar. They were never that funny as a kid, but you were like, I'd like to read them.
Well, sometimes when you're a kid and you're reading something, you can tell that it's going over your head, and you're like, maybe if I read this enough, I'll get it.
Yeah, there was also
Is Hagar one of those? Like, what's
the
the
Peanuts.
What's the big
Like
one?
Peanuts is just never funny.
Peanuts is not funny.
None
There's
of them
non
were
sequitur.
funny.
Something sequitur.
Wow, non sequitur.
Yeah,
God
non sequitur.
Damn, I forgot about that shit.
I never got it, but I loved it.
What are the comics these days? Like, is Baby Blues still like? Because Baby
Who
Blues
knows?
was mid, and then they became the king.
Baby, I don't even know what Baby Blues
you don't
is.
know Baby Blues?
I don't really know what Baby
All right, well,
Blues
let's get
is.
through this really quick.
I did read some funnies, but not much.
Funny that they were called the funnies also. Starbucks, quote, Starbucks has lost its way. Instead of listening to baristas who make the Starbucks experience what it is, they are focused on all the wrong things, like implementing a restrictive new dress code, said Paige Summers, a Starbucks shift supervisor from Hanover. She's getting fired. Customers don't care what color our clothes are when they're waiting 30 minutes for a latte. Okay, well,
That is kind of fair.
that is fair, but why are you, like, you're not helping your kid? Why does it take 30 minutes for a latte? That has nothing to do with the clothes. That you're literally outing yourself that you are doing a poor job. 30 minutes for a latte, that's not acceptable. And that's not even realistic, honestly.
If you have labor,
Paige, that's not even realistic. Nobody's waiting 30 minutes with a fucking assembly line infrastructure that Starbucks has time and time again
gifted to you
leaned
as a
out.
manager,
That's Paige, fuck you.
shut the fuck
Shut
up,
the fuck
Paige.
Page also criticized that the company for selling styles of Starbucks branded clothing that employees no longer are allowed to wear to work on an internal website. Well, okay, sometimes things take a second to update.
Oh, Starbucks said it would give 2 free black T-shirts to employees
When it announced the new dress code. What?
This is crazy.
Get a job other than Starbucks, then.
Yeah,
Get
this
a
is
job at other than
crazy.
Starbucks. Like what?
This is the most nonsense.
All these motherfuckers
bullshit.
trying to like unionize too, and I'm like, how about don't work at fucking Starbucks?
I
like
had
your
that happen in my
long-time
business.
Plan.
Somebody in my business that I took really good care of tried to fucking like
Union
convince managers to form a union.
That shit is so fucking
And I was
annoying.
like, you don't even know what a fucking union is,
Literally.
bro. You
Literally.
don't. I'm sorry, but like you are
what a
not even just out of line, but like very confused about how the world works or
You're just-
who you are or
You're
who
just
I am.
rolling with a fucking idea that you saw somewhere on TikTok, and you're like, yeah, wait a minute.
If you're watching this right now, fuck you for that. And you know exactly.
I think
who
I
you
know
are.
who it
I
is,
love
too.
you. I love you.
I think I know who
But
it is.
fuck you for
yeah,
that.
I think I know who it is. No, that's
Normally I won't talk about work shit on here, but for you I will.
no, that's
And that's a sign of respect
That is,
and
you
also
know,
a sign of
and love
extreme
and love.
disregard.
I'm gonna change topics here over here to baby blues really quick.
Okay, yeah, let's get some baby blues. You're in Yahoo right now, just as a heads up.
I did know that. Thank you,
did
so
know
much.
that. Yeah,
I did.
absolutely.
I was just like, you know
You
what?
could have copied that. That way you didn't have to.
I already did.
He fucking did.
Come on.
Oh, okay, I remember baby
yeah,
blues.
baby blues. Let's see if there's
Was it funny?
no.
Gary Larson.
Honestly, sometimes it was. Sometimes it was.
Gary Larson was great. Was he in the? He wasn't really in the funnies though. He wasn't. He just made his own
I
comics.
think he had some stuff going on.
Did he have
It
some
was-
stuff in the funnies?
Sometimes.
I actually have a Gary Larson.
All right, baby blues ranked. Let's do
Book.
the top one baby
Ooh.
blues here. Shriek, shriek, shriek. Have you noticed that that Ren has a new favorite noise? Okay.
I think that's kind of
That's number one.
like a parent joke, maybe.
That's definitely a.
It's like being a bad parent noise. Bad
well,
parent
I
joke.
think it's just like you're desensitized to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's not. She's like I'm very much having a bad time, and he's like peculiar, but it's not the weirdest thing I've seen.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
okay.
that's rough.
That's dog
rough.
shit.
That's bad. Let's see.
Okay. Handy McPherson.
By the way, I told my mom what you did. Okay, kind of a dark opening. Then why isn't she yelling at me? She's probably waiting for Dad. You mean so they both can yell at me? Yep. If I were you, I'd go confess to Mom right now. Will that help? It's your best chance for mercy. Okay, I'll do it. I'm really sorry, Mom. For what? I am so going to get you for this. I said for what? All right, fuck
Jesus
baby blues.
Christ.
Fuck baby blues. I don't know.
That's not like
we
even,
almost we had
That's
like
not funny.
we had like too much fluoride in the fucking water in the 90s or something. I guess
Yeah.
none of this was good.
Jesus Christ.
What I am so disappointed right now because I thought baby blues was like the king.
Gary Larson. Can you look up some non sequiturs? Because I want to see if I can understand them now.
Yeah, can you not yawn on the fucking podcast? Would that be okay? I'm gonna pull up some non sequiturs.
That was a non sequitur, wasn't it? What you just did.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess what I just
I
did.
still don't know what a
yawned.
non sequitur is.
Non sequitur. It's
33
like just like it doesn't. It's like out of the context of what you're talking about.
Okay.
Like so,
okay.
like pink bucket blues. That was a non sequitur because it had nothing to do with what we were talking.
Is it
about.
kind of like when people are like waffles?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I guess.
What are you doing?
Is that a thing that
Pan
people
A?
do? I fucking hate that. If
back
it is.
in the day, yeah.
They just would say that.
Yeah, some people would be like, "I'm a ninja." Sorry, I'm like really random. You know, like in like middle school and shit. Uploading my picture on Wikipedia. Wikipedia. It's an internet encyclopedia, only better. Oh, why is it better? Because anyone can log on and add their knowledge on any subject to the database. Okay, that must just be because it's on Wikipedia. That's we can't.
Well, I mean that one. I mean, I think that's actually not that. That's actually not that bad in my opinion because it's basically saying like it's dog shit because that's possible. I think is the.
I could see it. Okay.
I think that's
I
what
can
it's
see
saying.
it. Let's see here.
Do we trust this rating system?
Yeah, I don't really think so. He took a lot of pride in being known as the king of euphemisms.
Longevity challenged. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's fine. That's okay.
It's all right.
That's better. It's better.
The inevitable theme park. Welcome to parking lot land.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I don't know about that. What about taking a rifle to both of our heads right now?
Yeah. The further we go into looking at the funnies, the more I support Pardo.
Yeah, Pardo was trying to pardon us
Antinatalism.
of our sins.
Have you checked out like Reductress stuff at all? Have you
I
seen
don't know
Reductress?
what is that?
It's like, I guess it's kind of the equivalent. It's not like a comic. Do you want to look up Reductress?
Reductress?
Yeah, look up Reductress. They just do you're in.
God
yeah.
damn you. Women's news feminized. Okay.
Here we go. It's pretty fucking funny shit. Just go to images. They probably have just like a bunch of
this.
Yeah.
Comic?
They just do. It's not comics. It's just like memes. Reductress memes. Like these are all a bunch of Reductress memes. I hope they're not really bad.
Sad. This woman achieved everything she aspired to, and now she has to do it forever.
There you go.
Okay, what the fuck has happened to you?
To me?
You used to do Molly and cocaine at the same time.
I've liked this for a long time. This is not
What the fuck?
peak Reductress, okay?
Okay.
Go listen, if I lied to the world and said I didn't like Reductress, that would be a problem.
Woman has no idea she is the reason couple can't use her name for their baby. Okay, that's kind of funny.
It's a lot of really
That's not bad.
really wild shit. Women doesn't have allergies because she's not a fucking loser.
Okay. I don't know who needs to hear this. Says women before farting. Okay, that's the worst thing I've ever read. That's the worst thing I've ever fucking read. Pedestrian willing to risk it all for right of way. All right.
You don't like it.
I mean,
You don't like it? You like it more than the comics, at least?
I mean,
see, I wish I could send you like some good ones. I wish I could send you some good ones.
I'm using I can't even end the most.
I want to end it all.
Yeah, this has been a rough.
We're gonna do
folks.
one.
This has been a rough episode.
We're gonna do one.
We take AI generated images. We apply a backstory to them.
Failed
Without
author.
further ado,
Wait,
we
what the
don't-
fuck?
We don't do kids.
Failed author. The first one though wasn't a kid. It was a guy. He was a failed author.
But I like to get like a fresh. Like I like to like see it and then react. I already saw them. I already saw that person.
Betty Crocker's.
You're thinking Betty White.
Betty White's
Younger
sister. Betty White's dead now, right?
Betty White's dead. Yeah.
Betty White's dead. Younger sister. Way younger sister.
I
I've
mean,
got some Betty. I mean, mild Betty White vibes.
Betty White
Was Betty White a cooker, chef? Who is Betty White? Who is Betty White?
Betty White was a actress. She's been around for a hot fucking minute.
Actress, okay, not a chef.
She was in the Golden Girls.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Betty Crocker, bro.
Okay, I am thinking
You're
of
literally
Betty
thinking
Crocker.
of Betty Crocker.
Then why'd you say I'm thinking of Betty White?
You said Betty White is a cook, but you're thinking of Betty Crocker. Betty White.
I thought I said Betty Crocker initially, and then you said I think you're thinking of Betty White.
Oh, maybe potentially.
I think that did happen.
Potentially. Sorry about that. Well,
Hey, it's okay.
Well, because that's what Betty White looks like. Betty Crocker looks like something completely different.
Okay.
So you were
Can you
thinking
show me
of
what Betty
White.
Crocker looks like?
I mean, maybe that is Betty.
Can you
Crocker.
make Betty Crocker hot for me?
Potentially? I mean, she might already
What's
be hot.
she doing with that spoon? Betty Crocker. Yeah, she's the spoon. She's the red spoon.
Well, she's the spoon, and I believe.
You know how
she's
many
the,
Betty Crocker cakes I ate as a kid growing
She might
up?
be the. Is she the mitt?
The man or the myth?
Wow,
the
she
woman or the
became
myth?
very powerful looking.
Yeah. Okay. Jam.
Damn.
That's my mama jamma.
Which
Damn, this one right
Which
here?
Betty is your Betty? Yeah,
Betty. That's
you like
my
that
Betty. That's
okay.
my Betty.
Okay, gotcha. She was committed to the red.
Betty 7, and Betty 8.
Yeah.
But
That
really
does
just
it for
Betty
you?
7. Really just Betty 7. But I think everyone chooses Betty 7 here, right? You choose Betty 7?
You know, I'm not going to comment.
Wow.
I'm not going to comment.
Betty 7 all the way.
I could see it. You know, I understand where you're coming from. No respect for Betty 1, huh?
I mean, respect.
She looks like a villain here. Like she looks like she's poisoning all the recipes.
Those are not all the same fucking person. Those are very... What the fuck is... What happened to the original Betty Crocker?
Hey, she started eating the right food.
What happened to the original Betty Crocker? I need to know right now.
It's funny because it literally says, pick a Betty, any Betty. Well, he did. He didn't even need
Was
prompting
Betty
from
not
him.
real? Is Betty an idea?
Oh.
Is Betty an idea?
Oh, let me me see here. Okay, let me see. Let me see here.
Betty Crocker, real person?
Yeah, Oh! She's not a real person, but a fictional character?
I feel like you're not allowed to do that anymore. You are. I mean, you can. You sure can.
Wow.
You know what's cool about that?
What?
She can't fuck a bunch of kids.
That's super cool in so many ways.
Jared Fogle, what are you going to do? Don't pick a real person, pick an imaginary person. Now, Rule 34 dictates that there's going to be some shit that happens. Betty number 7, there's probably something out there.
But is this the oven mitt? Who's the oven mitt?
I don't know, man.
There
you go. Yeah, Betty Crocker oven mitt.
No, this guy. He's on Hamburger Helper.
Oh.
I ate way too much Hamburger Helper growing up.
I ate a decent amount. How much Hamburger Helper you eat is really dependent on how sad your mom is.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, it was how sad. For me, it was
how
Betty
sad. Crocker. Yeah, okay, but
it is still Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker kept us alive.
You can't have the same guarantee about transgressions from this one, though. He's a literal hand.
He's a
literal hand.
What does he do with that hand?
I'm just saying, like, it's not good.
Oof. This guy, go down a little bit. This guy's...
Yeah, he's seen some better days.
Drugs involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure, drugs involved.
Absolutely. Folks, we'll leave it here. We'll leave it here for you. Don't trust the tuna, the tuna creamy pasta.
Trust Betty number 7.
That's not even how you would say that.
Don't trust any other Betty.
You should say creamy tuna pasta, not tuna creamy pasta.
Huh, that is weird.
Tuna helper was always the worst option.
Adjective, object.
It goes hamburger helper, chicken helper, tuna helper.
I never had tuna helper.
Well, you had a much better childhood than me.
You did talk about how you used to make tuna casseroles. No, not tuna casseroles.
That was my mom. Yeah. Tuna casserole. Tuna fish gravy.
Tuna fish gravy.
Yeah.
Ooh, tuna fish gravy.
We ate too much tuna growing up. And that
lead, mercury. Yeah, you probably ate a lot of heavy metals.
Probably did. Don't touch
me. You ever been checked for that? Can you get checked for that? Do they stay with you forever?
I don't,
is that a thing?
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance kind of is bliss.
Folks, this week, maybe a deep look at what your
Betty Crocker number 7's
what your least favorite food was growing up, and see maybe if you want to retry it. For me, it'll be cantaloupe. I'll give cantaloupe a try this week.
I'm gonna give my biannual serious one, and I'm gonna say buy a bunch of weird fruits and try them.
They both can't be about fruit. I already did fruit.
Wait, you did fruit too?
Just now.
What was yours?
I said I'm gonna try cantaloupe. I said try a food that you didn't like growing up. You know, really think about one that you really didn't like and try it.
Shit, I just was not listening to you at all.
Well, that's fucking the entire relationship.
That's the entire relationship. Well, then I've got to think of something else.
Please. Swagger jacking fuck.
Get a hamburger helper, okay?
Okay.
Actually, no, scratch that. Fuck that shit.
Okay.
Get a Betty Crocker cake and a Betty Crocker frosting and make yourself a Betty Crocker cake and frosting.
Okay.
And remember how good that shit is.
Really quick, don't eat raw flour, I guess.
Really?
Raw flour is like not very chill to eat.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like a raw food. Like there's like a bunch of like dirt and like mites and like weird shit that can just get into bags of flour. Like flour should be like 100% cooked.
That makes a ton
makes
of sense.
a lot of sense, right?
Makes a lot of sense.
It's literally just this.
But for some reason, you feel pretty pure when you're dealing with flour.
Yeah, you're like, flour. It's like super clean. It's actually not that clean.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like,
it's a raw food.
As long as it's less than 2% rat,
right?
It's okay.
Yeah, no, there's rats that probably love flour. Probably have great times in it. Do rats
evolved
love flour?
To? I mean,
do rats love flour?
I feel like they don't. I feel like they could love so many other things.
What's that rodent in my kitchen?
What's that rodent in my kitchen?
Yes, rats eat flour. They're omnivores and will consume a wide variety of foods, including grains like flour.
See, I just feel like that's a bitch to eat, though.
But they do they
I mean,
love
okay,
it?
So wait. I feel the way you said this, I feel like
items that attract rats.
Flour, pasta, rice, bread, chips. Okay. But the way you said it, I feel like you've been eating flour by the spoonful. Like you were like, listen, everybody needs to hear this. This is a really big risk that is occurring regularly in homes across the United States.
A lot of people just, they don't realize that you need to cook flour, like cookie dough or Like whatever. I don't know. Brownie mix. I don't know.
That's super fair. The cookie dough.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of cookie dough.
Flour needs to be cooked or baked to kill potentially harmful bacteria like salmonella and E. coli. It's a raw food.
Okay, man.
Yeah, it's a raw fucking food, and I didn't really know that for a while.
So did you eat flour by the spoonful?
Yeah, there was this weird sugar-free brownie mix when I was doing keto, and I'd put it into this little dessert I'd make, and then my feet started tingling. And I went down the whole rabbit hole, and I was like, I don't know if this is connected, but I am figuring out that what I'm doing at a baseline is incorrect.
Did you ever go to the doctor?
I looked some stuff up.
God damn it.
We love you guys. Don't eat raw flour. Eat some cantaloupe.
Make a Betty Crocker cake.
Make a Betty
They're
Crocker.
pretty fucking good. You
Don't
can
do it
mix them
raw.
together. You can make 3 and stack them with frosting in between them. Another thing you can do is you can add milk. Okay? You can add milk to cake. Have you ever had milk?
Oh, I love a milk.
Leche?
Milk with cake.
What is
Tres
it called?
leches.
Tres leches. Fuck me.
This is
That's really good stuff.
Yeah, this if there hasn't been a podcast that illustrates we're more in our 30s than this one, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Talking about beets, talking about
Jesus
fruits.
Christ.
We love you guys.
But you should like beets. In your 30s, you should like beets.
I'm forever young, baby.
Oh my God.